start first.
Yeah, I'm Praveen and I'm from Nepal. I lived in the capital city for 8 years, I think somewhere around 8 years. But actually I'm from more southern part of Nepal and I'm here in Germany. I work in Berlin as a developer and I've been here for around roughly 4 months. And yeah.
Hey, my name is Praveena. I came from Nepal, from Kathmandu, and I'm here in Trier, Germany, like almost 4 months now. And I came here to study my master's in modern science.
Why did you want to go to Germany?
So basically I came here to study my master's, and in addition to it I want to explore the world. So what's yours?
Yeah.
And, Germany has a free education, so that's why I came here. Yeah, and that's good, which is kind of not expensive, like in comparing to the US, Australia. I came here.
I was weighing my options and I think I thought about some of the mainstream alternatives back in Nepal, and the mainstream one were either North America, Canada or United States or Australia, and I didn't want to go there because evidentially most of the people that went there lived there and I did not want to live over there, and I don't know, I think it was more capitalistic place, and I wanted to go somewhere more socialistic country with better social security, and the options were, I don't know, Scandinavian country or Germany, and most of the places were really expensive, and I found the balance in Germany of social security and relatively easygoing financial situations.
So I expect nothing because I don't want to depress myself. So yeah, I didn't expect it, and I had like a short term of like knowing that I got my visa at the last moment of my time. So I was just busy at packing and everything. So I didn't have a lot of expectations about this place. Yeah. So what else?
Yeah. Most of the expectation were what I've been told about Europe in most of the things, like newspaper or media, or I don't know, even in the internet, like it's really clean, cultured and managed, and few of them came to be true, few of them came to be not true. Like I expect, as I'm in Berlin is not known to be the cleanest part of Europe and yeah, I expected it to be cleaner, but it wasn't as much clean as I expected. But yeah, but about things like management and it was really well managed. The transport system were really nicely linked, and yeah, I did not expect, no, I expected it to be more city, and I did not expect so many parks and trees to be there, but yeah, that one was a surprise, like lots and lots of parks. Yeah, I think that's pretty
good.
much about it.
So what are the same things about Germany and in our country?
Three things.
Three things that is similar. So the first thing is, in my place, like in Trier, where I'm living, the landscape is same like in Nepal. It's like there's hills, and I heard you can even see mountains somewhere. The houses, it's like it has got those traditional houses here in Trier, and it's just the architect is just like in Nepal. And the other thing is they have a lot of cultures and a lot of holidays, festivals and holidays, just like Nepal. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, this is a difficult one. Same things, similar things. You of the foods were similar, but yeah, most of the Turkish food were similar in taste. They've got spices and yeah, Berlin as a capital or I don't know, as a city, it's really diverse and multicultural. And in Berlin you could hardly find anyone who is, I mean, who you could find lots of people who are not from Berlin, really international and multicultural. And even back in Nepal, situation was somewhat similar. I lived in capital city Kathmandu for 8 years, and yeah, there were lots and lots of people who were not native of Kathmandu who were there looking for opportunities, and I found something similar here. Like, people go to the capital or city with more opportunities and infrastructures, regardless of, I don't know, if you compare to some town in Nepal, the towns here are really, they really have nice infrastructures and opportunities, but still the situation is like people go to better place for looking for better opportunities.
That's good.
And
So what are the differences? So it's the first thing is the food. They don't use a lot of spices over here, and lots of cheese, sugars, and less potatoes. So it's kind of different for us. And most of the people, they are so independent, they don't depend on other people for help. They wanted to do it on their own, everything. And the other thing is like the people over here, they leave their places at the age of 18 and they separate from their parents. And that's, I think that's what makes them so independent. So
Okay.
that's good.
differences. We're talking about differences.
Yeah.
Yeah, differences. I think the social construct is one of the most different thing over here. People are more liberal, I think. I don't know. But it depends on what we're talking about. Females are more outgoing here. In Germany, they are more confident and more outgoing. Unlike how this social construct and situation is back in our country. The transport system is really nice, and public display of affection, we are not used to that. I mean, they easily kiss or I don't know, hug anywhere, but we don't see people kissing around. And if that was the case, it would be really a center of attraction. But here it's pretty normal to two people at least on the street and kiss each other. Yeah, part of the culture.
So the positive things about German is the most of people, like I said before, like they are independent, and like you said, the women are more active or forward over here than in our culture. Like, I think they are more active than men, I guess. Everywhere I can see there's a woman, and even I saw once, like it says like women at work. You know, like I heard about the men at work, but it's like women at work, and I liked it so much. So it's like if you need to learn about women empowerment, you should come to Germany, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. The positive is like, and the people over here, they work really, really, really hard. They respect their work, and they work crazy. It's good. That's why the outcome is so good.
Yeah.
That's why they have everything is really perfect, because they always work, and they are really good at time. It's like they are really punctual. They know the importance of time, unlike in our culture. That's the thing.
Yeah, I think it's pretty much similar. It's more managed, and most of the things are sustainable. From something as small as a waste management to, I don't know, something as big as power plants or things like that. I think most of the things are done with taking consideration of sustainability of everything, and the economic structure is more sustainable, and yeah, everything is timely. If something I mean, even the bus, it's like if it comes at 10, it will come at 10, or they will provide an alternative.
Yeah, and then you reuse the things.
Oh yeah, exactly. We have tendency to throw things around, but here lots of things are recycled. That's
they
a good
use
one.
it. Yeah, they
Recycled
reuse it.
and reused.
It's the best thing.
Yeah, it's
Like,
good.
like if they don't need something, they just give
they
to
give
someone
it to
else
someone.
who's in need.
Yeah, and back in Nepal, I think most people think they will be undermined if they take something from others that's used. Like if I have a cooking pot that I don't want and I just give it to someone, they think that I'm trying to undermine them. But here I think sharing things like that is more practical. They don't think that they are being undermined.
So it's like though they are not sociable, but they know they do really care about people in the other way, you know,
more practical.
Yeah. So I think that's why there is a balance. Like there isn't any rich persons or poor persons. It's like everyone is in the middle. Somewhat it's like a middle, I guess. I don't know.
It's not,
as far as I've seen like this over here, everybody has a TV at their home. You know?
Yeah, but the thing is like you cannot see the range of difference of like someone really poor and someone really rich.
Like in our country.
Yeah.
Okay. So the negative things. That's quite tough. So yeah, the most of the people, they work so hard that they just forget about themselves. Like it's like a machine. They forget about the food. They forget about the company with someone else. You know, like to hang out with their friends, to talk to their parents. They are just into their own world because of the work. So it's kind of positive, and also there's negative things about this thing. Yeah. And it's a quite negative also, because the people at the end they get so tired that they drink a lot, like a beer and everything. They get so frustrated about their life. I shouldn't talk it. I think it's too negative, I guess.
No, it's not negative.
Really?
No.
Do you want me to talk?
Yeah, you can continue with it.
Really?
Yeah, I can say something about it if you want to. She's talking about that the people are usually that much into the work and into their earning of money that they forget about themselves. So they forget about their mental and normal health, so like your body. And that's the reason why a lot of people using, for example, drugs or playing a lot of computer games or using alcohol just to get rid of the bad feelings, which you usually would have get rid of if you talk a lot with people about your problems and so on. So I give you that. So you got it right. Germans are a bit more closed in and they don't talk too much about their feelings. If it's that what you wanted to say.
Yes. And the other thing is like now before. Can I say that?
Why?
Like after the war, they have to do a lot of work, to build themselves. But now it's already developed.
Yeah.
So I think the people should just take a rest. No, I heard something about like this in one wise man told to the Chinese people.
Yeah.
like they are already so developed. Now this generation should stop it. I mean,
Yeah.
they should not work like a machine because their parents had already did it and it's already now up, you know. So if you want to gain more, then you will be like a materialistic, like I said.
Yeah.
That they want more money and more. It's now.
Yeah, but it's a kind of cultural thing. If you think like that, for example, as I already told you, as you already told the people, that for example, United States is more capitalistic, so they only think even more about earning money and so on, and so it's like it's a bit more balanced, but not too much in comparison to your country. Right here, it's really more capitalistic, and they only think about will I get the money to buy my car and so on and so on. So I give it that, you got. I think that as well.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go out of the picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's okay.
Yeah, and I think people are too much concerned about efficiency. It's good, but I found somewhere, in some places, it's overdone, and sometimes you have to be more passionate and emotional about things rather than just concerned of efficiency. And other thing that I really don't like is German bureaucracy. it's one of the, I don't know, even Germans hate German bureaucracy, so
Yeah, me too.
I'm not the only one. It's really slow. Like even for something that takes only 5 minutes, you have to go through the bureaucracy of hours to days, or to even something can take weeks. If you have to take an appointment for something that takes 5 to 10 minutes, you might have to wait even for days to get an appointment.
Yeah.
So that's really something that could be made more efficient, I guess.
Yeah.
And I think this is more of a perspective thing. People could be more sociable. I don't know. I think people are too much concerned about their privacy bubble that they forgot to be more sociable. But I think it's part of the culture. Asian or South Asian culture is like they talk to strangers out of nowhere, but here you'd find it really unusual. But you don't have to be so extreme. But I think the privacy bubble here is really uptight and closed.
Yeah, and for the last one, the negative things is there's like the people over here, they use the technology a lot. Like everything, and you should be very good at techno, otherwise you have to you have to depend on so many people.
But things are so much automated that it's so hard to find anyone to ask a question about. Last time I didn't know what to do. Like I issued 2 tickets accidentally, and I did not know what to do, and when I asked people, like they never have encountered such things, and I didn't know where to go for it. And when I tried to ask people about it, they didn't know what to do. And later, really late, that I found that I had to go all the way to the central station where there was this information center, and it's really hard to find a person to talk to. Everything so automated.
Maybe the world is like becoming
more automated.
More automated into techno. It's only like Nepal where we don't get electricity. That's what we have.
I think it's the difference between developed and developing.
Yeah, this is the most.
For most of the things that don't need too much of interaction, they just automate it, and
the machines.
It's like I said, it's about efficiency.
So this goes to the thing, like when the people has to come before coming to this place, Germany, you need to have a nice mobile. Yeah, isn't it? You need to have a laptop, mobile, things, and you should know how to use them. So the other thing is.
Hints for the people to come before they come here.
Yeah, and the other one is like the language is very necessary. Like even I just know the basic one. I don't know a lot of language, and then I mistakenly used the acid, the porcelain things, and was almost ready to touch it. but my sixth sense, you just help me out. So yeah. So you must learn the language before coming over here.
We don't use toilet papers that much.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's different. Yeah. We use water. Yeah. But over here,
Yeah.
they use a lot of papers, toilet paper.
Yeah, you need to learn how to use machines as she told, how to interact, and you need to know the language to interact with machines because most of them are German. You need to be ready to face I don't know, public display of affection. You need to be ready to have foods with more cream than more spices.
And time, punctuality.
Yeah, oh yeah, punctuality. We Nepalese aren't the best. I don't know,
timing,
best
yeah.
people with most punctual times. But here it's like disrespecting someone if you are 5
Yeah.
minutes or 10 minutes late. Days are either extremely long or extremely short. During summer you have almost 17 to 18 hours of daylight, but during winter it can be like 6 to 8 hours of daylight. But we haven't faced the
We
winter
are going
yet.
to face it.
Winter is coming.
Okay, that's good.
So,
Thank you, Karsten.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Karsten.
Thank you.
Thank
for,
you.
for giving us this opportunity to express our what is
Thoughts.
thoughts, yeah.
thoughts.